Good day, this is Mrs. Alston and I'm going to talk to you about Google Drawings. As you can see, I opened up a new tab, I typed it in, and it just appears. I can also access from my drive. If I come over my waffle and go to my drive, I will be able to find that in there. I'll be able to just add new and then go to drawings. So I'm going to click on Google Drawings from here, and then it will open up and give me a new document. This document is going to automatically be saved to your Google Drive. So we don't have to worry about saving it. It's just everything that we do will automatically be saved. I'm going to come up here and I am going to title it self portrait, because that's what we're going to be working on. Not quite right there, self portrait. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to just go ahead and go through some of the tools. If I come over to File and click on Share, this is something that we are going to do because we want to be able to share with our classmates. So it'll open this box and you can type in somebody's name, but we're not going to do that. We are going to come down here and type anything or click on anyone with a link. And then we're going to move it from viewer to commenter because we want our classmates to be able to comment on it, but we don't want them to be an editor because they'll be able to make changes to our document and we do not want that. So then we can copy the link and it's already copied to our clipboard, and then we can do a paste into our document for our communication, our message group. All right, so back to File. New just allows you to open up a new drawing, a new document, spreadsheet, whatever form you need. Come down to email, so you can email yourself this. You can download it to your own computer. You can make it available offline, so you don't have to have the internet to work on it. And here, version history. This is really good because you can go back and see what you've done. So if you've gotten so far, you're like, I have just messed this up so much and would like to go back to a different version, you absolutely can. This comes in really handy, being able to see your changes. You can rename, move it to a different folder, add a shortcut to your drive so you can easily access it, move it to the trash. Let's not do that. We would like to keep this. And then page setup and print. Most of this we are not going to use, but page setup, if I come in here, it just gives me different formats. I can do a custom, so I can make it however large I want. This is going to work, so I'm not worried about our size. So from here, I'm going to go over to edit, and these are some really good things. Shortcuts, Control Z to undo. If you really don't like what you've done, this will get rid of it. That's one thing I love about digital art, is it is really easy to get rid of. We don't have to worry about drawing light. Control Y is that redo. So if you want to redo an action over and over, you can just Control Y, and that'll come in handy, and I'll show you when we start our project how I use that quite frequently. Let's see, we can Control C. If you select on something and Control C, it'll copy it, and then you can do a Control V to paste it. So that's really handy. We'll use these quite frequently. If I coming over to view, we're going to use zoom quite frequently. We can zoom in on those details. So this will be really good. So when we start trying to draw really minute, we want to be able to get up close. And here are your shortcuts down here if you don't want to come up here and do that. I always have my ruler showing. You don't need it if you don't want to. And here are some guides. So I would just really suggest go in, play with it, figure out what works well for you, and use what works well, and go ahead and ignore the rest. We want it to snap to guides and not the grid. So make sure that that is selected, and I'll explain. And then show comments. So we want to be able to see any comments that our peers make towards us. You can go full screen, which gets rid of your toolbar up there, which kind of drives me nuts. If that's how you prefer it, then that's fine. It's hidden. I can't work like that, so I'm going to get mine back. All right. So from here, insert. We're going to insert our image. Remember, we're doing a self-portrait. You can upload it from your computer. We'll have taken it in class. Or you can search if you're not doing this next project, but we can search. I'm going to search for a bird. I like this bird. And you click on it and insert it, and that's how easy it is to insert an image from the internet. But we don't need a bird, so I am just going to get rid of our bird. We're going to upload our image from our computer though. That's going to be our smushed image or our image where we are showing an emotion. So those are our two options that we're going to use. And so you'll upload it from your computer. We'll have already taken those and you'll already have access to them. From here, you can add text box, so you can add a text. We're not going to do that for this project. You can add shapes. Once again, we're not going to do that for this project, but they're already pre-made shapes, so you can click on them and add them. And these are just some things that you can add. Once again, play with it, have fun, experiment. There's going to be an activity that'll walk you through just some really simple things. Arrange, we're going to talk about this a lot more when I've got something to show you to arrange with. We're going to use that quite frequently in our project just because of all the layers that we are going to do. Okay, so from here we're going to get started. Let's talk about our project. First, when you title it self-portrait, so I want everybody to have it titled self-portrait, and then you need to add your name. That way it's easy to tell who's it. Oops, hold on, there we go. It's easy to tell whose it is. So this is self-portrait and it's Mrs. Alston's. So I'm going to upload my image. This is going to be a good one, guys. I'm so excited for it. I've already got it taken and picked out. Oh, there I am. This is the excitement. I'm excited to hear some comments on my expression. So I'm going to crop it because you know what? I don't need all of that. I just need my face. So I hit on the crop and I've cropped it, and now I'm going to make it bigger. So I'm going to drag on one of those corners so that way I have this huge image of my face. Okay, and from here, we are going to come up here. Let's see. Yes, so we can either use curve or polylines. The polylines are going to be more geometric, so I'm going to choose curved, but you can choose either one. And then remember that zoom. This is going to be good because we are going to be tracing around all of these value shifts. So we're going to be looking for the different values and we're going to create shapes. So lines are open, shapes are closed. So we want to make sure that when we create shapes that we are closing them in, and our tool will help us out just a little bit here. I'm stuck here on this line, which is not where I want to be. We create these shapes by clicking. You are going to see a lot of this expression. So the first thing that I actually want to do is I want to find my the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to trace just around the shape of my face. So I'm going to start clicking, and everywhere I start seeing a shift, I'm going to make another click. I'm going to, yep, here we go, kind of get the shape. Now it's not going to be perfect, and that's perfectly okay, right? So I am just trying to get that general idea, those general shapes. And as I come back here, it'll kind of connect it for me, just like that. So then it fills it in, but if it's filled in, I cannot see the rest of my face. So we're going to make it transparent. My lines will still be there. And when we do this, think about working from the back front, because we're going to be layering things. And that's not always going to work out. And I'm going to forget what layer should be on top, but just think about it. So I'm getting my ear in here, just like that. Once again, it's filled. We want that to be transparent. That way we can add more of those details in here. So like I've got dark details and I've got light details. I'm going to trace around my hair real quick. Here we go. And so this is just the basic outline, and you can overlap and you can layer, and that's where that arrange tool is going to come in handy. So for now, I am just trying to add, and here's the thing, you don't have to add everything. You can pick and choose what you are going to add, because you can always add more. Oh, that didn't connect. So this is still not, yeah, that's still not going to work. I'm going to create a whole different shape. So here we go. I'm going to do it again. That's where my Control Z comes in handy. So they've got to connect, otherwise it doesn't fill in. So when you think you have your line connected, if it doesn't give you that solid fill, then your line hasn't actually connected and you are going to have to try again. I'm not sure if this coif that I've got going on here is a better version than the last one. And I'm probably going a little quicker than I would want you to go. But see, there we go. Oh, there we go. Now it's connected. Yeah, I would like to think my first one would have turned out better, but we're going to turn that transparent. And then we're going to start picking out, oh, no, let me do my other ear here. And then we're going to start picking out the highlights. So if you just saw, I overlapped because my hair will be covering that top part of my ear. So I try to save myself some trouble. Zooming in so that I can see things a lot better. I'm gonna decide where my highlights are. Let's go with here. Yep, gonna put some texture in my hair by creating that highlight, that little bit of highlight. And I could pick out a lot more. And just like with your guys' images, you'll be able to pick out a lot more, but we don't necessarily need to pick them all out right away. And we can always add more later if we think our final image needs more colors or more variation or more explanation on just the visual interest. I'm just going to pick out some highlights on my face. And so remember, you're looking for those really good value transitions. Those are going to be what really helps create kind of like this paper cutout face that we are doing, which honestly we could recreate this in the classroom using paper and materials that we have on hand. We could even do textured paper. Ooh, I think that would look really good. So just continuing to find highlights, making them transparent. My face, remember, is a shape. So that's going to be my background. And so I'll already have that as a color. So by adding all these layers on top, this is where I was talking about you want to go back to front, because then your layers are already in the order that you need them. And if we could do that constantly, that would be great. I know already that's probably not going to happen for me, but I'm going to try. I've got all this great wrinkles here. This is great character. Turn it transparent again. And so once I've picked out all of my highlights, I can also go and then pick out the shadows. And I'm not going to make you watch me do this entire thing because you just need an idea of what we're doing. And so I'm going to continue to find all these shapes. And there we go. Remember, zooming in is going to be your friend. You can get a lot more of those details. Here's another highlight over here. And some of these are going to be me just wanting to add an extra layer, an extra element, so that the design of my face comes forward, so that this expression really happens. Remember, our final project is not going to have this picture in the background. Oh, teeth. Teeth are fun. Oh. I did not choose an easy image to do. And so you can see I'm not going down each tooth. You absolutely can. And then I didn't finish that one. So I'm going to zoom in. There we go. And you can really see my mouth. Here we go. Years of braces, guys. I'm not sure how well that worked. Anyways, yeah, so I'm not going in creating full teeth. I am just going to go ahead and create the shape. If I want to add more of those variations to make sure that this looks more like teeth, then I absolutely can do that. But for now, I'm just going to go with a solid chunky shape here. That's our organic shape of my teeth. And when we start adding some of those other details, that will come out a lot more. I'm just going to continue to add highlights and pick and choose. So our final project is going to be a self-portrait of all these pieces here that you are making. You are creating shapes that are going to be you. Here's another one. And we're going to include our shoulders and our neck. There we go. All right. Adding some more. Oh, and you know what? That highlight I should have put last because it's going to be in the wrong order. All right, look at all that texture in there that I could just go in and find. I've got some nice shadows. Lots of making things transparent. All right. I've gone ahead and I have made a whole bunch more layers. So from here, what we're going to start doing is, you see I've got it on the arrow, I can click and select certain layers. So this is where we're going to start adding color. So I am going to select a layer. There we go. I'm going to select a layer and then we're going to fill it in. And so you can do any of these pre-selected ones, or you can do custom, where if you're trying to match colors, this is what you can do. I am going to do kind of like a monochromatic feel. So I think I'm going to use just, here we go. Where are we? There's my bucket. One of these lines right here. So I'm just going to choose a line and I'm going to start filling in with my highlights. So for my highlights, my whitest whites, I'm just going to make white for now. And if I choose that it doesn't need to be white, then I can easily go back and change that. So as you see, I am no longer going up to my bucket. I'm actually using Control Y because I'm just refilling with white. So when I go through these layers, it's really helpful to have that Control Y because I don't have to constantly go up to my bucket. It will just go ahead and fill with the white. It'll do my last command. So I've got that, and we can just start adding other elements. Let's see. Be able to select. Oh, I cannot select my tiny highlight. Oh, remember, that's what I was saying. It's not going to be layered appropriately. So that one's going to be behind all of my shapes. So I need to order it. So I'm going to arrange and then order. And then I'm going to, what am I doing? Send it back. Yeah. That's one step backwards. So you can do multiple steps backwards, or no, that's not what I want to do. Talking and working sometimes do not work. So we're going to send that. Maybe I need to send it again. There we go. All right. So eventually when I get rid of my face, that will come back. So there's my white. So layering is important. So that's why I was saying try to remember to work from the back front. Here we go. So I can go back to my highlights. Nope. Oh, there we go. There we go. I mean, it's already starting to look really kind of creepy. I love it. I love it. These are going to be great. Let's see. There we go. Oh, but my eyes are brown. I did that backwards. Here, let's make my pupil black. And then we're doing monochromatic, so I'm going to stick with my blues. I'm going to go for that darkest blue in there. And then I'll do the same to my other eye. But you can start seeing how it's slowly coming together. And it is your option. You do not have to do monochromatic. You are more than welcome to do some color matching, or you could do different color schemes. We could do complementary. We could do split complementary. Like there are ways that you can absolutely do this. And depending on if you've chosen emotion, like think about the colors. Like how could those colors enhance what we're seeing on your face, or how could they contradict? So if you're really, really angry and you're using blues, how do those contradict each other? How does that make the art feel versus if you've got an angry face and maybe you're seeing some brighter colors, reds and oranges? So we definitely want to be thoughtful in what we are using. I've been doing the same colors as I've been talking with you guys for my hair, but I think I might have to switch a little bit because I think that's eventually going to cause problems with my face. I think I don't have enough separation, so I might change colors there. We'll see. I've got a little bit of time. So we're just going to come through. That Control Y again comes in really nice and handy. Right now I'm just trying to think of where are some other places that I can put the value that I am currently using. And you can see how it starts to really come together. Oh, I want that. Oh, my layering. Right. Do the dark ones first. I'm going to send that back. I'm just going to move it out of the way. That's what I'm going to do. I'll fill it, then I'll move it back. The great thing is I can see exactly where this piece goes. So it goes right there. So I moved it out of the way and I can move it back. And then I can color it. And then I can arrange it because it still is not in the proper order. I need that dark nostril to be on top. There we go. And you can see I still have lines around everything. And you can choose to get rid of those lines or you can choose to keep them. You can either make them transparent or you can make them the same color as whatever you're choosing. But there's some play in here. Or maybe you could do the complementary color. Experiment. See what looks good, what you like. Like this is your project and take some ownership. It'll be really good. All right. Yeah. If you can see, I think it's definitely got to go over one. Yeah. I think just a little bit of a variation, keeping the blues, but just kind of making it just one step over. I think that'll be helpful in just distinguishing between the face and the hair. And I'll probably do the same for the jacket. Making that maybe another third color. Keep it probably analogous. I think this one I'm going to do an analogous color scheme. So probably some purples, maybe somewhere in there. Yeah. But you could easily there's so many things that you could do. So this is just to give you an idea of our project, of where we are taking it, and what it should look like. All right. That I think I'm going to have to add more texture in. There's lots of areas. And like I said, we can come back, we can do more, we can add, or we can even take away. If there's a line that we're just like, no, that is absolutely not working, then let's take it away. Or if we need to redraw something. So we don't need to just be done. We can always make adjustments. I really do like that Control Y. Just makes it nice and easy. And if you're still thinking in that back to front, then it can be really nice to layer it. I think you're getting the idea. I'm gonna go ahead and do part of my jacket. I just want to fill in a couple more things, and then I'm going to delete the background image and we'll see where we are. So just fill in some things. And once again, this is really good because I'm not sure how I feel about this purple, but we're going to go with it for now. And I can already see that there's going to be areas that I do not have filled in, which we want to have filled in. There we go, get things back in the proper order. Let's see. More. It's a process. All right, let's fill in my face. All right. So you can kind of get the feel there. Let's zoom back out. So we can kind of, and then, I want to select my picture and I'm going to delete it. All right, so, oh, see, there are some areas. Yep, so once I delete it, you can see where the background pokes through. So this is what we're going to be left with, which I feel like the emotion is still there. I do think that there are some areas that I just need to rework and add some areas, like down in my neck. There should be probably a third and fourth value shift down there. Right now I'm working on my eye, just kind of adjusting things. But this is what you're going to do. So you're going to take that image, you're going to put it into Google Drawings, and you are going to create this almost paper cut type of image, and we are going to create ourselves a self-portrait, which we will use in class. So I hope this was helpful. I hope seeing my scary face up here was beneficial. And if you have any questions, please reach out. As always, be artsy, guys.